Welcome to my channel. I'm a registered psychotherapist practicing in Ontario, and I'm sharing some information according to your questions regarding the topics that you are interested in. And today I will be discussing about stress and how stress might be shaping your responses and how to learn to respond to it differently. And also I will be mentioning why different people are impacted by stress differently and how to restore the balance and to learn to react to stress differently. I hear from many people, they are saying everyone is going through the same things. So why am I affected so deeply? And many people are asking, am I weak or is there something wrong with my brain? Experiencing stress differently is not a weakness, it's a biological reality. And in this video, I will explain what stress actually does to brain and why the same situation strengthens one person while exhausting another, and most importantly, how to help the brain to regain balance. So where does stress begin in the brain? Stress actually begins in the brain and in the part called amygdala, which is responsible for threat and alarm system. And when it detects danger, it sends a message: flight, flee, or freeze. And the system was vital for primitive humans. In ancient times, it was helping us to survive, and it was helping us to detect any possible danger. However, today, when it's overreacts or overfunctions, it can be difficult to focus on your work or to focus on your studies, and it can give rise to excessive anxiety, feelings of scared, and this can be limiting your life and your capacity, your performance. And today, for the brain, things like traffic, not responding to messages, financial worries, or relationship problems can also be accepted, the same danger signal. And the brain cannot easily distinguish between the real threat or challenge, or an imagined threat, or a thought, or an emotional challenge. And in a survival mode, it starts to react as if there is a real threat. And what happens in the brain during the stress? When stress occurs, three main things happen in the brain. First of all, cortisol is released. Cortisol is the stress hormone. In the short term, it can be helpful, but when it remains high for a long time, it can result in weakening memory, it can cause challenges in your sleep, and it can increase emotional reactions. It can be difficult to manage your emotions, to regulate emotions, and you might have automatic reactions, automatic feelings. And the second one is prefrontal cortex that shuts down during the situations that cause stress. This area is responsible for logical thinking and decision making. And during stress, this area becomes less active. That's why we often experience, I wish I hadn't said that moments, or we react to situations more impulsively, and then we might regret. And the third one is the brain switches to survival mode. So growth and reflection stop, protection becomes less priority. So why doesn't everyone react to stress in the same way? It's the most important question. There are four main reasons for it. First of all, are childhood experiences, what the person have experienced in the past. A brain that grew up under constant stress develops a more sensitive alarm system. And in adulthood, this person might be triggered more easily and has more difficulty calming down. It's not a personality flaw, it's a learned brain response. And it's generally serving you in the beginning, during the childhood. It keeps you safe, but it might not be serving you in the best light today. The second reason can be the trauma history. If you had past trauma or adverse experiences, they enlarge the brain's threat perception, and the brain says, I won't be caught unprepared again, but staying constantly alert is exhausting. It makes you feel tired, and it again may cause challenges in concentrating, decision making, focusing on your work, learning. And the third reason is habit of suppressing emotions. People who say, I must be strong, it shouldn't be feel like this, experience stress more deeply. Because suppressed emotions do not disappear, they come back with a stronger power and they settle, they stay in the body. And the next one is nervous system type. Some people are born with a more sensitive nervous system, and it's not a disadvantage. These people can more deeply experience empathy, intuition, and depth, and they can be very successful, especially in arts or in researching in business, and this might be helping them. But also, if the awareness is not increased, it can cause a challenge when it can be more difficult to manage and regulate emotions. So how do we protect brain from stress? Now we arrive at the most important part of this conversation, and this question I hear most often from people. They are saying, I understand this, but what should I do now? Protecting the brain from stress doesn't mean silencing it, it means regulating it. The goal shouldn't be, I should never feel stress, because it's unrealistic. All of us experience certain levels of stress, but the question that we need to answer is that how we want to respond to stress and how the brain can return to balance. For instance, how you are generally reacting to stress. What are your some patterns of behavior that you are using in order to cope with stress, in order to return to balance, and are they helpful? Are they serving you, and how you would like to change it, how you would like to respond? What would be the most useful way of responding? So one of the easiest paths to regulate yourself is to pay attention to bodily signals. During the stress, the brain asks, is there any danger or not? And the body answers the question. If you breathe slowly, if you relax your shoulders or notice any physical sensations in your body, or you go for a walk and move your body, the brain receives this message that we are safe right now. And that's why speaking to yourself and telling calm down during the panic doesn't work much. But when you start to breathe, your attention shifts into your physical sensations, and automatically you stop reacting to stress. Your attention and thoughts shift to physical sensations or to movement, and that helps to calm down faster. So if you, at times when you will feel stressed, you can try different breathing techniques, or you can try to move, to stand up, to walk, to go outside, to stretch, and this would activate the vagus nerve and would help to calm the brain. The second strategy is that can help to calm down is naming and understanding your emotions. This helps to slow the brain. When you notice that stress is increasing, and when there is uncertainty, the stress increases even more. You can try to understand which feelings are present right now. Maybe you feel anxious, maybe you feel overwhelmed. And if you will be able to name the feeling, this would help you to notice that this is just a mental event, and it's not that there hasn't to be a real danger, or maybe you are exaggerating at that moment. But noticing the thought and naming it helps again to shift your focus on something else, and understanding what you are experiencing right now can help to decrease activity of amygdala and to re-engage prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for thinking, decision making, and it can be easier to think about rational things at that moment once you come out of this cycle of panic. That's why instead of analyzing, naming emotions can be one of the easiest ways to calm down and to stay regulated. So instead of blaming yourself, criticizing yourself, why am I like this? Why am I so emotional? Why am I experiencing anxiety? You can try to ask, what am I feeling right now? And this would help you to name the emotion, to understand yourself, and to decrease the brain's alarm response. The third strategy that might be helpful to decrease reaction to stress is the way you talk to yourself, because it shapes your brain and it engages in neuroplasticity. The brain takes everything you say as truth, and if you constantly tell yourself, I'm always like this, I can't handle stress, I'm an anxious person, I'm a panicked person, the brain interprets this as a danger. And when you say, my brain is trying to protect me right now, this is a temporary stress response. The brain learns that this threat is temporary, and this is a compassionate command to the nervous system. So each time when you are approaching yourself with kindness, compassion, helping yourself to calm down and decreasing the brain's alarm system, and you are helping yourself to stay regulated and reminding yourself that you are safe. um, However, if you will, on the contrary, start to criticize yourself, this again will be accepted by your brain as a danger, as something that you need to fix or to avoid, and this would increase the panic. The fourth strategy is to work with stress, not against it. Many people fight stress. They are trying to they are being too self-critical to themselves, and they might be saying, I shouldn't feel this, this needs to stop. And each time when you are trying to force yourself or trying to be too critical, harsh with yourself, again your brain interprets struggle as a danger. And much more effective approach is thinking, stress is here right now and I'm here too. And this softens the brain's alarm system, and it can be explained in this manner. Stress is like a wave, and if you resist it, it will overwhelm you, and you will be influenced even more. But if you allow it, it will pass. And the last one is that small, consistent habits rewire the brain. This part is about neuroplasticity. Your brain learns through repetition, and each time when you respond to stress differently, for instance, when you start to breathe, when you start to walk, or when you learn to name your emotions, uh, slowly your brain will accept it as a habit, and this would help to increase neuroplasticity. And once it is interpreted and accepted as a habit, this would cause less stress, and you will be able to respond to stress more calmly and in the manner that would serve you. And slowly your brain will learn that stress can come and go, but I can recover. And that's what we call as resilience. So I have named several strategies here, evidence-based strategies that were proven to help to decrease stress reactions and to help you to calm down. However, everyone's needs are different. Everyone responds to different strategies differently. That's why trying your own way or maybe using your own resources might help. That's why asking yourself what was helping you in the past to stay regulated, to calm down, which strategies were you using, which coping mechanisms were involved, which environments, which people, which thoughts, what exactly helped you to calm down faster, and what was there about you that contributed for this calmness, can help to find new insights about yourself, to remind yourself that you already have all the strategies, all skills that you need, and you can use them during the times when you would feel stressed. And slowly you can retrain your brain to respond to stress differently. Therefore, experiencing stress, struggling, sometimes feeling like you are losing control, doesn't mean that you are inadequate. And everyone can experience these strong feelings from time to time. And some people are more sensitive than others. And It means your brain is trying to protect you, and there is one crucial truth is that the brain is a changeable organ and it constantly develops, changes, and you can always learn and help your brain to learn new information, to learn to feel safe again, and to respond differently to stress. Everything I shared today shows us that stress is not permanent, and the brain's responses are learned, and everything learned can be relearned again. What you're experiencing right now is not a destiny that says, this is who I am and I cannot change. Everything can be changed, and it's a process you can work with. The human brain begins to heal the moment it feels safe. And if you are watching this video right now, trying to understand, taking a step for yourself, you are already on the path of healing. If you found these videos useful and that resonates with you, you can always share my videos with people who might also benefit from it. And if you will have any questions or more support, please welcome to reach out to me. And don't forget to follow me. In the next video, we will talk together about understanding your mind better and coping with anxiety, stress, and emotions, and building a healthier relationship with yourself. Also, in the next videos, I will be sharing what's a panic attack, what happens in the brain during panic, and why control feels lost. We will continue learning together and growing stronger together. Thank you for your time and see you in the next videos.